story time on how I met a parasitic entity, or a demon maybe. I don't know what the fuck it was. Okay, so I deliver groceries from time to time. And I typically stay with one store, but I ended up accepting an order from a different store that I don't usually go to. Recommended by my partner. So to fast forward, pretty much, when I got in the store, it was only 10 items that I had to get. But it took me 30 minutes. It was 3 items out of stock. 5 fucking items I couldn't even find, but I had to like scout through the store and ask employees for it. And the Wi-Fi kept going out. So it was nothing but resistance. It was something telling me, just no, don't do this. But me being me and me thinking, I'm like, I just spent 30 minutes in this bitch. I'm getting my fucking money's worth. I wasted a lot of time. I'm gonna continue. So to fast forward again, pretty much when I'm done with it, we go to the lady and we pull up and we automatically, like, I knew that he felt what I felt because I looked at him and I'm like, what the fuck? It felt eerie. Like, I automatically felt something weird, like my heart dropped. Whenever my heart dropped randomly, and I don't know why it dropped, it's like a different type of energy around me. Like, yeah. So when we pull up on the garage, it was a circle, like a chalk drew on circle on the garage, and we was just like, huh? In the instructions, it said ring the doorbell. So I had to get out the car and I walked up to the doorbell, and it was a circle around the doorbell. It was a circle saying the doorbell might be sticky, so be careful. I touched that motherfucker with my knuckle, and not even my skin knuckle. I put my sleeve over my knuckle and touched the fucking doorbell. My bad. So the lady didn't even see me. She didn't even see that I noticed that she got up and damn near floated to the fucking door. The lady was an older lady with a hunch in her back, and she had red hair, and she didn't know that I seen that she moved, like, as if she didn't need any type of assistance after I rung the doorbell. Like, it's kind of like she was in the window waiting and watching, and she seen me. And when she waited for me to ring the doorbell, mind you, I stood there for like 2 minutes, like, do I want to touch this doorbell? Because something was like, something off. The whole time she sat there and waited until I touched the doorbell. So when I rung the doorbell, she opened the garage. My partner looked at me and pointed to the garage, like, she at the garage. And his eyes was kind of like, you know how it is when people doors is farther back in their garage. She basically asked me, could you come in and help me? I have a problem with helping elders. I had a problem with helping that bitch, but I still did it. So I brought her groceries in. It was like 2 bags that I had. I had brought the bags in and I set it on the table for her. And she was like, oh, could you do something else for me? I'm feeling like an impending doom, and I don't even know why I'm feeling it, but I'm like moving fast. And I'm like, okay, what would you like for me to do? Asked me to take the fucking apple juices, my apple juices that got that plastic around it. She asked me to take those out. I took that shit out within like 5 seconds. But within those 5 seconds, she was like scanning me. It was like, oh, you're a very beautiful one. You have very beautiful skin. What are you, about 28, 5'5"? I was 28. And I'm literally 5'5". So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Mind you, she walking with a cane, right? She walking with one of those like wheeler canes, wheeler chairs, whatever the fuck. Whatever. But I seen the bitch get up and float to the door without no assistance. So it was kind of like, I'm like, this is an act. Some off. So while I'm popping it out, I'm like, okay, so thank you, I gotta go. She was like, oh, I have something for you. Just 1 minute. I was like, no, ma'am, I have to go. I have other people to go to, ma'am. Thank you, but no thank you. She literally was like, I have some oil from the church here, right here. I have some oil from the church, and I just wanted to see if, you know, if it works well for you. I wanted to gift you some. I wanted you to put some on your skin. I was like, no, ma'am, no thank you. I appreciate it, but no thank you. I'm okay. I'm bagging the fuck out. Like, bitch, I'm finna go. So it was then in that moment when I started to pay attention like rapidly, because all of this happened within under a minute. Like, I wasn't playing. Her hands, you see my hand, right? Her hand was 2 times that fucking size. 2 times that size. That's how I knew this is not no fucking human. And how she just scanned me, and how she just like, and getting closer as she's scanning me, I'm like, this not no human. I gotta go. And again, I'm like, okay, thank you, ma'am. I gotta go. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You have a beautiful, blessed day. She literally stood at the door and was like, thank you so much. I appreciate you. You are so beautiful. You are such an angel. No blink. I got in the motherfucking car and I looked at him, and it's kind of like he automatically knew before I even shared the story, and I put a fucking thumbs down quick. Mind you, I'm like, I don't even go to that store no more because of the bitch. Do you know that when I accepted an order from the store that I originally go to, months later, that I met up with the same entity. This time around, she was not feeble. This time around, she didn't even look as old. Her skin wasn't as wrinkly. This time around, she had what you call it? She was accompanied by another nigga, another thing, another it. I was by myself this time. The man had opened the door and literally was smiling like the whole time. He kind of like guided me in, like, come on in. And I'm like, okay, so you're not gonna, like, what if I just wanted to leave this shit by the door? But I already knew they were trying to get me up in the house to leave the groceries, because she's like, oh, can you come in and put the groceries on the table? I go in and do the same thing, and she was like, oh, hi. So she knew who I was, and I knew who she was, but I didn't make it seem like I knew who the fuck she was, because I'm like, nah, I'm finna get the fuck up out of here. The same thing where she offered me something, but this time she offered me some organic cotton towel. She said, oh, I got this from the church. Do you need some? Do you want some? And I said, no, ma'am, thank you. I appreciate you. I have to go. I have other people to go to. I appreciate you. God bless you. And they both was like, thank you. We appreciate you. And they was waving like this. I put a thumbs down on that one too, and I literally stopped doing deliveries for a while again.
What's going on? It's your Grace. I'm back online. God bless each and every last one of y'all. So I really want to give my testimony on this story that took place and happened to me a long time ago. And this is out of the ordinary. I really don't make videos like this, but I want to raise awareness to other people because I want y'all to be mindful and careful of who you are entertaining, because everybody is not who they say they are. All right, I was scrolling on TikTok this morning and I came across this girl video, and this is what prompted me to speak out about this matter. And she said that she believed while she was at work, she came in contact with a jinn. A jinn, spelled J-I-N, is a demon that possesses a human being body. And I believe her. I really, really do. A long time ago, I was talking to this dude. Me and him, we had known each other through social media, but we had never physically met each other. This was so long ago. But I felt like, you know, an instant connection when we started messaging each other through social media. And, you know, I didn't have none of my personal business out there. I never put my personal business, like, you know, my house, my life, my car, stuff like that. Things like, I keep my stuff private. Still that way, been that way for years. We hit it off, we started talking through the text messages, and our connection and our bond is magnetic. It's explosive. I cannot explain it. And I told him, I was like, I really believe you might be my soulmate. He said, I think I am too. He said, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was sent to you. So I was like, okay, well, we'll see. Days go by, we still talking, whatever. He reaches out and he was like, I'm gonna call you so we can talk on the phone. So I'm like, all right, cool, call me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing nothing. I ain't got nothing going on. Let's get it. So he calls, and within the first 15 minutes of our phone call, there are certain things that have taken place, and, you know, he has said and he spoke that were accurate concerning me. Prime example, I remember I had got nervous while we was talking on the phone because it was our first call, and I began to shake my leg. I couldn't stop. Profusely, I'm shaking my leg. And he said, stop shaking your leg. He said, you keep rocking it, you won't stop moving it. And I laughed it off. And I said to myself, how did he know that? I said, how you know I'm rocking my leg? I said, how do you know this stuff? He said, cause I'm with you in spirit. He said, I can feel you. So I left it alone, and I was like, he got a lucky shot. He don't really know what's going on for real, but he was just, that was luck. We on the phone call, not even like 5-10 minutes later, I'm doing something, and he calls me out on it again. And he was like, stop doing that. He said, why do you keep doing that? He said, that's a part of you. He said, you've been doing this for a while now. So, and I know you're like, what was I doing looking out the windows? I constantly stayed looking at my blinds. At this time, I don't know why. It was just like a habit. I constantly, no matter what I was doing, I always made my way to the blinds, always. So I said, look, I got a little bit uncomfortable. I said, look, can we go back to texting? He said, yeah. He said, but it's not going to change nothing. So, and he knew I was running. So I was like, okay, we'll see. So, y'all, if I'm lying, God take breath out my body. I hung up the phone with him. We goes to texting. He start texting me certain things, and I'm laughing at the messages. I'm responding normal, but while I'm responding, I am cracking up. I'm laughing so hard. And he texts me at the very moment that I'm laughing. He said, "You think this is a game?" He said, "But this is not a game. This is real." So I get frightened. I get spooked. But I'm like, I'm intrigued too. Because I'm like, this my soulmate. Like, it's either he my soulmate or he a demon. Like, and he just know, he got data. He done collected data on me and he know me. I was right about that second one. So anyways, let me tell y'all what else happened. So I remember one morning I was laying in my bed and I was asleep. The covers move on my bed. I was the only one home at the time. And I felt the covers move on my bed and I felt something touch my feet. And it was like I could feel a presence in my room. But no, when I woke up, wasn't nobody there. So my first instinct was like, call him and see what's going on. So I called him. He was like, "Hey," I said, "I seen you message me." I said, "I was asleep." He said, "I know." He said, "Trust me, I know you asleep." So I said, "Can I ask you something?" He said, "Go ahead." I said, "I know this is strange." I said, "But when I was laying in bed," I said, "I felt something move the covers off my feet and rub my feet." I said, "And when I woke up, I didn't see nobody, but I felt there was a presence in my room." I said, "Can I ask you something?" I said, "Was it you?" He said, "I'm not going to answer that." And he started laughing. And he said, "I think you know, just like I know what that was." I didn't know how to take that. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I felt like I was in trouble because I was feeling this dude so bad. And everything that he's telling me about myself, you have to understand, when you don't know a person from a can of beans and they are able to read you, that is a major green flag. That is a major turn on, because that shows that they know you. They're monitoring you. In a world full of people, they paying attention to you. You know what I'm saying? They're not distracted. So boom, I was like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna call you back." I was like, "I gotta get situated. I gotta get my day started." I let that go. I said, "Can I ask you something?" He said, "You always want to ask me something." He said, "Go ahead. Can you tell me something about myself that nobody really knows, but only I know?" He said, "Sure." He said, "I know that," he said, "whenever you drive your vehicle home," he said, "you love to pull it all the way up in the yard." He said, "You park so close to the driveway to minimize your walk." Y'all, he was right. And I could not shake this man for nothing. I couldn't shake him for nothing. And I said, "You right." And I was scared at this point. And he was like, I said, "Tell me where I live. Tell me what kind of house I live in." He said, "You live on a corner." He said, "And your house is white." This man does not know me at all. Y'all, I'm fighting back tears. This is real. This ain't no cap. So at this point, all I can hear is God signaling me, "You in trouble. You in trouble." I keep hearing like, "You in trouble." So I have this physical attraction to him as well, right? And I'm trying to shake it, but I can't, because it's so powerful, beyond anything that I've ever experienced in my life. When we was talking and we would be connecting, it's like I really could feel my spirit intertwining with his. I'm not trying to scare nobody. I'm being so transparent and I'm being real with y'all about this. He told me, he said, "Once me and you take it there, and once we do this," he said, "I want you to understand something." He said, "You will belong to me forever." He said, "You will never not be mine." And when we had those conversations, I was hearing him physically, but my spirit was like, "Are you listening? Are you listening to him?" And I'm like, "Yes, I can hear him." And I remember when we would get off the phone, I would instantly start talking to God. Like, I could hear God loud as I don't know what, saying, "Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't lay with him. Leave him alone. Stop talking to him." And I was like, "God, I'm trying, but I can't. The connection is so strong. The chemistry, the bond is so strong. I can't. I want him. I crave him." In my mind, and was like, "Fast." I went on a 3-day fast, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And I said, "God, reveal him to me." I said, "I need to know who he is." Y'all, all I kept seeing was that he was not of this world. He was from another realm, but he was a demonic force that was very cunning and very manipulative and very seducing. And I got free from him. I ended up telling him, look, we can't be friends no more. And I ended up blocking him completely from my life. And he was like, you'll be back. Y'all, I never went back. But when I say jinns are real, spirits are real, they actually can possess a person's human body. The same way God can use a vessel, the devil can too. And I believe that these things are roaming amongst us. You better be careful who you get involved with, because not everybody is who they say.
I needed to get my hair done. And so the Holy Spirit told me which specific hair braiding salon that I needed to go to. And he also instructed me that when you get there, you need to tell them about me. So when I get there, I realized all of these women were family members and they were all Muslims. They were born and raised in the Muslim faith. And so I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to tell them about Jesus if they already believe in Allah? And so the Holy Spirit says, ask them questions about their faith. And so I start engaging in conversation with them, asking them, how does one become Muslim? How does one get their sins forgiven? How does Ramadan work? And they were really intrigued in sharing with me what they believe. And they also encouraged me to consider their faith. And so I ended up sharing with them that I'm a Christian, I believe in Jesus, and what I love about Jesus is that he communicates with me. He communicates with his children. And they all started laughing. They thought it was the funniest thing. I asked them, does Allah communicate with you guys? And they said, no, he doesn't. He doesn't communicate with us at all. So they just couldn't understand that concept about a God communicating with his children. So in that moment, as they're laughing, I hear the Holy Spirit say, the woman that's doing your hair, ask her about her knee pain. She struggles with knee pain. I tell the woman that's doing my hair, what's wrong with your knee? Why do you have knee pain? And she didn't understand what I was saying, so one of the family members translated. And then they all looked at me with a serious look, and she says, how do you know she has knee pain? And I said, because Jesus told me. What I mean, when God communicates with his children, he knows us and he knows everything about us. This whole entire salon was completely silent. No one said a word. And after that awkward silence, they literally ignored the conversation and went back to talking about different things. It was so strange. I don't know who's watching this video. I don't know if you were raised Muslim, Buddhist, Catholic, atheist. The truth of the matter is, Jesus loves you. He's the only one that truly knows you. He died on the cross so that you could have eternal life. And he has a desire for you to walk in freedom. So I pray that you come to know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, because he loves you so much.
Okay, so how I found out someone put juju on me. Juju, roots, voodoo, hoodoo, curse, spell, whatever. Just for some insight, I was pregnant during this time, and I actually was pregnant by someone who got me pregnant that did not want me to be pregnant. But as you can see, I had kept a kid. So there's that. It started off, I would say, my pregnancy was full of turmoil, but it got really eerie towards like month 3 or 4, and at this point my face was, to me, unrecognizable. I've never had acne in my life. I've never struggled with acne, and this was beyond pregnancy acne. It started off on my forehead, and then it was my cheeks, and these weren't just like bumps, y'all, like pimples. These were like cysts, like painful, like if you touch them you'll get a headache type of bumps all over my face. I was unrecognizable to myself. So That was number one. That was the first thing. It was like, this is crazy. Number two was there was this cat. There was this black cat that would come sit on my front porch in front of my door. Not just on my porch, in front of my door. Every night after 12 a.m. And I watched this cat for about a month before I decided to say, I'm finna find this damn cat while the sun is up. Why don't I ever see this cat when the sun is up? Where do this cat be? Then I'm like, hey, maybe somebody's feeding the cat, and it just likes my front porch. It doesn't like theirs. It'll go to their house to eat and come to mine to just parlay. Because this cat wasn't sleeping. This cat was awake. It would just sit there like crazy. That was the second thing. I could never find this cat, by the way. Still to this day, I've never seen this cat in the daylight. I actually did not see this cat at all. Have not seen this cat at all since I found out about what was going on with me spiritually. The third thing was about at about 5 months, I started having these dreams, right? I'm a dreamer though. So I'm the type of person that if I close my eyes for 10 minutes, I'm going to have a dream. That's just me. I've always been that way since I can remember. And I always remember my dreams in detail. That's just me too. These specific dreams were of me having sex though. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm sexually frustrated. Haven't had sex in over a year at this point. And so I'm like, maybe that's what it is. But they were reoccurring consistently. Every night I'm having sex in a dream. And then the sex became like dark sex, like what are they, like tantric sex. And I could never put a face on this person or thing that I'm having sex with. It was faceless. Up until one night or one day, I seen it, and it was like, it was a demon. It was a creature that I was having sex with. And so that was odd. And then also I was having dreams about food I was eating in dreams. I wasn't missing a meal though while I was up. So it wasn't that I was hungry, but I was having dreams that someone would be feeding me, giving me food. I would be, being fed basically. And I later found out that having sex and eating, or especially being fed in a dream, is demonic. So that was that. And then one day I was babysitting. I had my nephews and we went to the grocery store. I was going to cook. And I'll never forget this. I walked into this store and I seen this elderly lady, and she was kind of like slumped over. And I remember thinking to myself, damn, I don't want to be in that condition, in my elder years. Like I don't want to live like that. And it wasn't more than like 2 or 3 minutes later, my mind just went blank. I couldn't even remember what I was there for to get. Why am I at the grocery store? And so once I came to, like, okay, I know what I'm here for, I began to feel faint. So at first I'm like, okay, I'm pregnant. I'm not super pregnant, but I'm pregnant. That could be what it is. But it didn't. It got worse. It became heightened. So I'm trying to continue on because, like I said, I got my nephews with me. And we make it to the produce section. And I began to collapse. I could feel myself collapsing. And I was also physically collapsing. By this time, I'm hands and knees on the floor of this grocery store. And my nephew's having a ball. They having a fruit fight at this point, a literal fruit fight. Watermelon on the floor, busted, bananas, grapes. They having a ball. I'm crawling. There was like this seating area. So I make my way to this seating area. And this lady was like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. But she was kind of looking like, nah, you're not good. And there was this refrigerator where they had some beverages. And I just grabbed one. I think I grabbed like a coconut water. And I opened that motherfucker and just chugged it. But it still wasn't getting better. So I finally got the strength to call my sister. Because when it first began, I couldn't speak. I couldn't say like, hey, help. It was like I was damn near paralyzed. So I called my sister and I tell her, you got to come get us. And so at this point, I'm trembling and I'm crying uncontrollably. I don't even know why I'm crying. She asking me, are you okay? Are y'all okay? Where y'all at? Why are you crying? I'm like, I don't know what's happening to me right now. And so she ended up coming to get me. We make it out of that situation. And we made it out the grocery store and I threw up. I threw up for the first time in my pregnancy. The next thing was I would have money and it would just disappear. And I don't mean like, oh, I'm losing money physically, but I would have money and it damn near felt like it because I had stopped shopping for myself, let go of my shopping habits. I wasn't wearing weave during my pregnancy. I wasn't wearing makeup because my skin was so messed up. So I wasn't buying anything. I'm like, where's my money going? And I could not, for the life of me, pinpoint where my money is going. What is happening to my money? It's just disappearing. The straw that broke the camel's back, though, was my thing, my belongings. Shoes specifically started disappearing. I got like a shoe fetish, sneaker fetish, but for only like not regular shoes. So a pair of them disappeared. Of these not regular shoes that were $800 disappeared. And that was when I said, okay, all right. So at this point, I had been talking, I had confided in a few people about it, asked them what they think was going on. And everybody had the same idea, like, nah, something ain't right. Something going on with you. Like somebody it's too much. Because I'm just highlighting these series of events. It was hell. It was stuff like my light bill was randomly like $300. And when I called to inquire about why, they was like, it's not making sense to us either. They had no explanation as to why. Like it wasn't the kilowatts and it just wasn't adding up. Sent out an electrician. Electrician came out. He like, this, I don't know. I don't see nothing. I don't know we don't know what's going on. Anyway, so fast forward a few weeks go by. I kind of was back and forth about it. I was just like, whatever. I could just be tripping, It could just all just be coincidental, right? Things happen. You go through a rough patch sometimes. So that's how I was kicking it to myself. And then I ended up having words with my child's father, current girlfriend at the time. She was actually his ex-girlfriend when I was dating him. And she became his current girlfriend when I got pregnant. But that's a story time for a different day. I might actually save that story for the book. But so during this argument, was going back and forth, you know, taking jabs at each other. And she ended up saying, I guess the juju didn't work. Now, I don't know what would make her say that. I don't know what would make you know someone did something to someone or be partaking something like that being done to someone and then tell them. She just let her anger get the best of her, honestly. So when she said that, I said, cat's out the motherfucking bag. Cat's out the bag. So, I mean, all the signs was there anyway. And, so I ended up having to, you know, go see what was going on with me. And, I guess they might call it going to get fixed. I don't think that, I wouldn't say that that's possible. I think it's all based on your belief system and, you know, just being grounded in God and knowing what's going on within yourself, around you, and with the people around you. So, yeah, that was a time. I do want to add that after finding out, all of these things suddenly stopped. Like I said, never seen that cat again. Yeah, things just started making sense. My light bill dropped tremendously. My skin cleared up. Yeah. And I will say that I was told that this happened to me, this was done to me because I disrespected someone. They felt disrespected. So I guess the lesson in that is, I know the lesson in that is, watch your mouth when you talking to people. I know, especially we on the internet, so you can be behind a fake page or you could be behind whatever. But in person, or just especially in person for real, people don't have to know your name and stuff like that. You know, they don't have to know your address to get with you. You know what I'm saying? And everybody don't resort to physical violence. Everybody not trying to slap you out for disrespecting them. Everybody not trying to shoot them up, bang, bang, about their respect. You know, some people really fight spiritually, their battles. And, yeah. But I also want to add, too, that when you're a child of God, you just got to know that you wrestle not against flesh and blood, though. So you don't have to walk around being fearful of people, what they might do to you either. You just got to know and trust that you divinely protected. You're not going to be led astray and ignorant to satanic or demonic things or things that are being done to you secretly. Trust that they will be revealed to you, because they will. All right, so last thing. I see a lot of people asking, what did you do? How did you get rid of it? And the reason why I didn't tell y'all is because I don't want to mislead anybody into thinking that spiritual warfare is some type of microwavable thing where you can just snap your fingers on and off and it, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really work like that. And also, it's deep, y'all. It's not nothing that you should play with. You know what I'm saying? People lose their lives to this shit. People die from being rooted, from voodoo being put on them. They get unalived type shit. So for me, what did I do? I went to a babalawo. because at the time that's what I had access to. But growing up back in the day, from my understanding, I would have went to what the internet calls now the lady. And what the lady would have done was tell me what was going on, who did it, why they did it, and what to do to fix it. So usually is instructions on what to do, how to cleanse yourself or remove a prayer, something, you know. And then you take that, apply it, and you start to see changes. But again, this is not me. I'm not like preaching that, because this is deep shit. Like, this ain't nothing that you should play with. You know what I'm saying? For good or for evil. It's very real. And furthermore, these people aren't just, you know, you might come to them with a problem that you need fixed, right? But that's not the only thing that they do. Some people might come to them with a problem that they want them to cause. So that's another reason. And based on my belief and my faith and what I know now, is you can, as long as you have the knowledge to know that something is going on with you, somebody did something to you, once it's been revealed to you, that's where your power is. You really don't have to go to anybody. You don't need nobody else's help. Once you know it's like with anything, you know what I'm saying? Once you know that something is going on with your body or something, and you know what's causing it or why this is happening, you don't need no help. You don't need no help. You don't got to go pay nobody. You don't got to ask nobody to pray for you. You know what I'm saying? You could do your own research. You could pray for yourself. You know? So, yeah. Hope that helps.
This is a story about my mom moving in a haunted house. I can't make this up. This is a story that I would never forget. Like, as I'm thinking about it, I see it. I was about 17 years old. My mom moved in her house when I was 17. 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom home. Nice home. We are excited to be there. On this particular day, she just moved in. So how my family is, when you just move in a home, everybody wants to come over because everybody wants to see the house. So everybody come over, so everybody can see the house or whatever. So my mom was like, you know, well, let's just have a barbecue. Let's just have a cookout. So everybody like, bet, we're going to bring food. Everybody going to bring something. We're going to have a whole barbecue. I'm excited. My mom in the kitchen cooking. It's 10 of us, so me and all my sisters and brothers was there. Aunts, uncles, cousins, big party. Y'all know how we get down, okay? If you know, you know. We set up the backyard. We got the grill going. Everybody starts to coming in and bringing gifts, bringing food, bringing bottles, all that good stuff. Is about to be a party. At this time, it's like probably like 8. Everybody probably got over there around 6. So everybody about like almost like feeling it. You know what I mean? Everybody started drinking already, line dancing, having a good time. At this moment, I'm like, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom or whatever. So I let my mom know I'm going to the bathroom or whatever. She's like, girl, go ahead. You ain't gotta tell me you gotta go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom or whatever. So me and my cousin is like this close. And I don't know. I was just like, you don't want me to the bathroom? She was like, girl, I'm not walking you to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. Because it's a new house. Y'all know how sometimes, you know, in new houses, you be like, All right. I walk up. I go in the house. I walk up the steps. But as I'm walking up the steps, it got weird. Like, I felt this weird presence. But I knew everybody was in the backyard. Like, I never felt that before. Like, it was just weird. I get up the top step. So I'm walking up the step. Mind you, I'm looking around because I'm already scared because it's a new house or whatever. I get up to the top step. I look around. So how the upstairs is made, You got the front room. I'm pointing behind me, so that's the front room. You got the middle room, you got the bathroom, and you got the back room. The top step in the bathroom is right here, so I didn't have to walk far. When I got to the top steps, something said, look to your right. Oh, I'm up the step. It said, look behind you. Something said, just look, because I felt a presence looking at me. I turn around like this, and y'all, little behold, somebody was looking directly at me. We locked eyes. Like, we locked eyes. I locked eyes with this lady that was sitting on the edge of my mother's bed with a long white dress on, curls in her hair. I can see her as I'm talking about it. Like, I can see her right now because that's how clear I seen this lady. Tight curls, black lady, sat on the side of the bed. You know how when somebody sit down, they dent the bed a little bit? That's how I seen her. That's how good I seen her. She dented the bed a little bit. When I say I screamed and ran down them steps so fast, I could have fell and broke my neck. Keep that in mind. I could have fell and broke my neck. I run to the backyard to get my family. When they see my face, they like, girl, what's wrong? What's going on? And I'm like, somebody is upstairs. I don't know who it is, but somebody's in mommy's room. I need y'all to go up there and figure out who this person is that's in mommy's house. Because when I say I knew she was a ghost or a spirit, but she is, I seen her so clear. Like, I seen her really, really clear. Everybody started running upstairs. Everybody running upstairs. So everybody's like, where at? Go in mommy's room. Mind you, I'm standing on the top of the step because I'm not going in that room. Like, I already encountered her looking at me. I looked at her. I don't know what's going to happen after that. I'm not going in that room. So they in the room. They looking under the bed. They looking in the closets. They ripping sheets off the bed, blankets off the bed, all that stuff, y'all. When I say they searching, they searching. They searching around the room. They didn't see anything. They said, are you sure you seen something? I am positive. I'm not the one drinking. Y'all drinking. I'm positive. My mom like, all right, girl, well, if it was somebody there, then somebody will come back or whatever. My mom is the type of person that she's not a scary person. She's not a person that, oh my God, you seen a spirit? Oh my God, I'm scared. No, she wants to encounter it. That's how my mom was. She was like, well, it's probably a nice person. We're not going to worry about it. We all go in the back in the backyard. Everybody continue to party. Now it's around probably 10:30, 11 o'clock-ish. Now, when my family get together, they party all night long till probably 3 in the morning. Like, we don't know how to go home. Okay, everybody's back there partying. I'm so paranoid. I keep looking at the house, y'all. I keep looking at the house because I'm like, this lady is in there. Like, I seen her and she's in this house. Little behold, I look upstairs, the back room. I look upstairs and the back room light was on. But when I looked upstairs, the back room light was off. The lights started flickering, like she was taking the switch, going on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. Now I'm like, look upstairs, look upstairs. Everybody look upstairs. Everybody seen the lights go on and off, on and off, on and off. Now everybody start back in the house, run up the step. Now they in the back room. Yo, what is that, or whatever. So now everybody like, okay, mom, yeah. It's definitely some type of spirit in this house trying to tell us something. When I say I was so scared, like the fun part left me. I don't want to party no more. I don't want to be in this house no more. I'm scared. So my mom was like, all right, well, what we have to probably do is like pray over the house. Because they do say when you move in a new house, you're supposed to pray over it because you don't know what happened before you got there. So my mom started praying in the house. My aunts and them praying. We doing a lot. They doing a lot or whatever because it's definitely a spirit in the house. Everybody started to go home and now everybody laughing and kikiing about it, thinking, oh, well, you got a ghost in the house. Da-da-da-da-da. And me and my cousins are sitting there like, that's not funny. Like, this is some scary shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're scared. So my cousin supposed to have spent a night with me that night. She was like, I'm going home. And I looked at her like, girl, I'm trying to go home with you. All right, so everybody went home. We clean up. Everything is fine. At this time, it's probably around 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. My mom said, I'm going to bed or whatever. And I was like, you going to sleep in that room? She was like, yes, I am. I'm going to bed. So her and her friend go upstairs, go to bed. Me and my brothers and sisters are downstairs. Like, mind you, we're shook. Like, we're scared out of our mind. We down there talking about it, and I'm like, I'm not going to sleep. I'm trying to stay up, but I'm so tired. My eyes cannot stay open. I end up falling asleep. All of a sudden, this whole boom, and it wakes me up. And I'm like, wake up, wake up, wake up, to my sisters and them. I'm like, what was that? I hear my mom upstairs like scream, like what the, like making noise, like what the hell is going on, blah, blah, blah. So we go upstairs, and little behold, my mom is on the floor. Her and her friend is on the floor. The bed is flipped over. The lady flipped the bed over, flipped my mom out the bed. Now we like, hold on, like this is getting out of hand. We just moved in. So my mom's like, yeah, this is an angry spirit or whatever. So it got so bad, y'all, she couldn't sleep in this room because it was a dark, deep feeling that kept coming over my mom. So my mom wound up taking her mattress and taking the mattress downstairs into the living room. We're all sleeping downstairs in the living room because we're all nervous now. While we're all sleeping downstairs, it's like this lady couldn't stop. I forgot to tell y'all, when we moved in, it was this cat that was there. And my mom loved cats, so she let the cats. Part 2 of my mom moving into a haunted house. So where I left off at is, it was a cat living in the house before we even moved in. But my mom is like, she loved animals, so she kept the cat. And she was like, I'm not gonna, throw the cat out. I'm gonna let the cat stay with us. We're okay with it, because my mom's the type that pick up strays. Like, she'll pick up a stray, and that's her animal. And we was used to it. But the cat was weird. The cat never left the bottom of that step. The cat slept on the bottom of the step. And then it got a little angry when you walk past her at the bottom, from the bottom of this, like going upstairs. She got angry when we passed that bottom of the step, and we didn't know why. Mind you, the bottom of the step has like a broken, it must have broke, so it's a board at the bottom of the step because it was missing a piece. So I guess that's the way they fixed it. They put a board up, and she stayed in that area. And I'm looking like, that was weird. So the cat started getting really like real angry with us or whatever. And my mom was like, something wrong with this cat, because she had hiss at us. Like, when a cat is so angry, they show their teeth and they hiss at us. That's how she was. And the crazy part is, it was a black cat. No lie. My mom said we're going to get rid of the cat because it was a mean ass cat. So she didn't want it. So my mom threw the cat out. My mom threw the cat out. Mind you, the cat never left the house. She threw it out. My stepdad even drove this cat somewhere, dropped it off. The cat came back to the house. Now, they do say when animals know where they live, they usually come back. But that cat came back quick. Took no time. The cat stayed outside the house the whole time. The whole time we're there, the cat was still there. All right. Mind you, the bed is still in the living room, and we're all still sleeping downstairs because, like I said, we're still scared. This one particular night, we're all asleep downstairs, and it happens again. My mom's bed gets flipped over again. While my mom's bed gets flipped over, the lights in the house, not just the upstairs light in the backyard that I told y'all in part 1, all the lights in the house start flickering on and off. It was like this spirit was telling us to get the fuck out my house. like leave. So now my mom is like, I have to know the backstory on this house. Like, it's definitely haunted, and this lady is trying to get us out her house. We can't even sleep. It was so bad, y'all, we could not sleep. My mom started asking the neighbors about the house or whatever. Like, did y'all hear anything about the house? And one neighbor was like, well, I know some lady used to live there or whatever, but we don't know. I don't know what happened to her, but we know a lady used to live there. And when she said a lady used to live there, if y'all remember part 1, the story I told y'all, that was the lady that was living there. So now we got to find out what happened to her, because she's angry. Mind you, she's been living there for years, they said. Years. But like they said, they don't know what happened. So now we like, okay, we have to investigate, because it got to the point my mom was like, we're going to have to move, because y'all, when I say we came downstairs one day and the whole kitchen was not rearranged, but the cabinets was open. Every last cabinet in that kitchen was open. So we couldn't get comfortable in the house. This lady was not letting us get comfortable in this house. Like, when we go to sleep, we would hear different things. Now, I didn't hear her opening up the cabinets. My mom didn't either. I guess we was hard sleeping, like my sisters and brothers too. But mind you, the bed ain't come upstairs though. My mom was on the floor upstairs because she was tired of sleeping downstairs in the living room. So she wound up going upstairs and just sleeping on the floor. And like I said, we went down, seen all the cabinets open. We proceeding to close all the cabinets. Now my mom is like, I have to talk to somebody about moving, because this lady is not rested, and she's not going to be rested until we get out. The cat never left. The creepy sounds in the house was definitely scary. I kept staying over my cousin's house because I was so scared. Like, I didn't even want to eat in this house no more. I was so scared. So my mom was talking to another neighbor. So the neighbor was like, oh yeah, the lady that lived there had died. So my mom was like, oh, how? Like, what happened? So the neighbor proceeds to tell us the story on how the lady passed away. So the neighbor was like, yeah, she passed away in a house. Tragically, not like in her sleep or anything. They said the lady wound up falling down the steps and breaking her neck. Do y'all remember the story? In the first story I was telling y'all, I felt like I was about to fall and break my neck, run down the steps. Yeah. The lady wound up falling downstairs and she broke her neck and died in the house at the bottom of the step, where that cat was not leaving that spot. Like I told y'all in part 1 about the cat staying on that bottom step and not leaving. When she fell down the steps, she wound up breaking a piece out of the bottom of the step. That's why that board was there. They boarded it up, so so they can sell the house or whatever. So she died tragically, but her spirit never left the house. So the lady was telling us that my mom was the first person to move in after the lady passed away. The house was not occupied since she died. So we was the first people to come into this house. They did say she was a sweet lady. They said the lady was really, really nice, never bothered nobody. She'd have people come to her house, not that many, but people come to her house sometimes, and she'll run to the store and stuff like that. Like, she was a person that got around and was, running her errands and doing her thing. A normal person life, like normal life. So when she died in the house, they said, yeah. So my mom was like, okay, because it is a cat that's not they was like, yes, that's her cat. That cat never left that house. They said when they redone the house, they couldn't get the cat out the house. The cat never left the bottom of the step. She didn't ever want to leave. So now we feeling like, dang, like we did throw the cat out. So my mom was like, well, we're moving. So when I move, I'll bring the cat back in the house, because the cat know that's the last place that he's seen his owner is at the bottom of the step. Mind you, we only lived in this house for about 3 months. We didn't live in this house that long. So for us to have to pick up and move again was a lot. And the neighbor was telling us that the lady died tragically. They don't know how she fell on a step, but they know she fell on a step and broke her neck. And of course, it was a hard fall if you break in the bottom of the step. When I heard this story, it was a sad story. So now I'm like, dang, that's it's really sad that she's not at peace. That her spirit is still lingering on in this house, and she don't want nobody there. So we was telling my family about it, and my mom just started searching for a new house. Mind you, we never had a chance to fix up our rooms because she wasn't allowing it. My mom never had a chance to put her bed back in the front room because she was not allowing it. My mom barely could sleep in the front room because I guess that was her room. Mind you, in part 1, I was telling y'all that's where I see her at, in the front room. So by that being her room, she's like, I don't want nobody in it. So my mom talked to her landlord, and he was, apologetic. And he was like, at first he didn't believe it. He thought she just wanted to get out of her lease or whatever. But she was like, I like the house. I love the house. I don't want to leave, but I can't stay here. This lady is not at rest, so I have to move on. So he finally let us out the lease. We did find a house or whatever. We wound up packing up to move out. But the night before we packed up, she started flickering the lights on and off again. The TV upstairs came on in her room. It was like, that's the last straw. I was so happy we was about to move, y'all. Till this day, me telling this story, I can see it still visually. I believe in spirits now, because after that...
Let me tell y'all about the time I almost got roots put on me. Yeah, you heard right. So I have been debating if I wanted to tell this story, and I've held it in long enough, and it may ruffle some feathers. I'm not trying to, but it's my story. I'm not going to say any names in this story, but if you know me personally, then you may know. But if you don't, you don't. So, and I'm not going to reveal who it is. So I'm going to keep some of it secret, even though I can, because I have no more ties to that family. I'm just a respectful type of girl. I don't believe in being messy. So anyways, y'all, this was back in the day, 2003. I had just had my oldest child, and me and my significant other will go back and forth to visit family. My family lived 8 hours away from his family, basically, by car, and we would go back and forth. So we stayed at his mother's house first half of our vacation, and then we decided to go to another family member's house just to move around, not to just spend it all right there, because I get it, you want to spend time with people individually. So we was offered, hey, y'all should stay with us a couple of days. Okay, cool. So we go and stay there, and before I left, my mother-in-law said, don't eat over there. Now, in their traditions, it's almost offensive not to eat. And I mean, you gotta eat. I don't care if you just ate, you better eat something or try, or they're gonna get offended. So I'm like, this is gonna be hard, because I love her food over there. But, okay, maybe you know something I don't know. So we did get there pretty late, which kind of worked in my favor. So I'm like, oh, I done ate, I'm full. Which I ate earlier, but I wasn't starving. You see what I'm saying? So I was able to at least wait till the morning, and we'll go grab something to eat. And then, we stayed there, we good? Okay, bye. So we went over there, of course, offered something to eat. And I said, oh, I just ate over there, And they were like, well, still, I cooked this for y'all. Y'all need to eat. So at this point, I'm like, let me fake eat, because it's offensive. So I kind of just moved my food around the plate, because I just didn't want them type of problems. And then how you do the little napkin. You put the napkin in me. Okay, I'm full. I got away with it. Okay. So we get ready to go to bed. So it's me, my significant other, and our oldest in the bed sleep. We're trying to go to sleep. All of a sudden, you get a call and say, hey, you know, I ain't seen you in XYZ. Let's go hang out. Okay, now you want to leave and hang out. Now, I still got like a 3-month-old baby. I don't want to hang out. I've been up all night with this baby, you know. So I'm not even that type of, you know, person. Hey, you want to go hang out? That's fine. You just be home at a decent time, you know. Okay, well, we don't hung out all day. I done did all I need to do, and now you want to go with your homeboy or whatever. Go ahead. I'm not tripping. Okay, so being that I have a newborn, you know, she wakes up every couple hours. So she crying. I look, it's 2:00. I'm gonna give you a little more grace. Ain't nothing open at 2:00, but anyway, I'm gonna give you grace. And 3:00, 4:00, 5:00. I'm on that phone. What in the heck is going on? Where you at? Are you alive? Anything wrong? I'm calling. No answer. Y'all, stay for part 2. Let me tell you how this played out. How I almost got rooted, part 2. Okay, so I'm calling his phone. I'm not getting an answer. So this around 5 something, and I'm livid at this point, but I'm fighting sleep because y'all know how it is with a newborn. You barely get any sleep. So I'm already fighting sleep. I'm hungry and I'm tired. So then all I remember doing is laying back down. And then all of a sudden I hear roosters. Now, this particular family member lived right next door to someone who have roosters. Okay. It's pretty common where we're visiting, and those who know. Okay. So I'm hearing roosters. Oh, heck no. That means the sun is about to come up or coming up. So I open my eyes, and it's like the sun is rising because I can see it's getting brighter in the room. I look over, nowhere to be found. Nowhere. Oh, I know you done lost your mind. You ain't never pulled none of this back home at your mom's house. But over here, you stay out the whole night. You ain't even called. It better be an emergency. You better be in a hospital. You better be somewhere stranded, something. I need answers. I'm calling again, going straight to voicemail. I don't know if the phone died or you laid up. I don't know. So I'm calling, nothing, right? So now it's like 8:00. Oh, I'm done. Oh, I'm calling my mama. Mama, I'm done. I'm leaving. He got to hurry up. So as soon as we get in the car, I'm out of here. Okay. So all of a sudden, this person opens the door. Hey, you hungry? You want something to eat? I'm like, oh, no, ma'am. I'm not hungry, but thank you. You know, he's supposed to come and we go on to breakfast because I really want to try this new breakfast spot and I don't want to be full. Starving, y'all. At this point, I'm about to drink some of the Similac because I'm that hungry, but I'm scared to eat. You know, I'm like, I don't know. So anyways, so I'm over there like, okay, all right. So I'm hungry. I'm tired. I have not really slept all night again. And you out doing God know what. Okay, so then all of a sudden, you know, I'm crying on the phone with his mama. I'm crying on the phone with my mama. I can't believe this. He cheating on me. You know how your mind just got, because what else could you be doing it all night? Okay, so all of a sudden, you know, I'm crying on the phone with my mama, and then, you know, his mama done hung up with her. And all of a sudden, I hear a knock on the room door. Do. It's another family member. Hey, you know, you okay? I hear you crying and hollering and whatever. And I'm like, no, because, you know, this what happened. He ain't never come home, whatever. So I'm over there venting to another person in the house. And all of a sudden, y'all, the bedroom door opens and it's him. Stay for part 3. How I almost got rooted, part 3. So I'm in there hollering, crying. I mean, not really hollering, crying. I'm crying low. I'm not acting a fool in these people's house, but you can hear me on the phone, I guess. You know what I'm saying? That's why the other person came in. So then he came in And me and the other person looked, and I just lost. I didn't care who was in the room. You played the out of me. I can't believe you left me here all night. You out with another one. I mean, I'm going off, spazzing out. And back then, my curse words and my telos was on a 10. I'm like a machine. I ain't gonna say it, but I'm just firing it off. And all of a sudden, he gonna say, man, you gonna embarrass me I'm embarrassing you in front of your people. When you embarrass me in front of your people, you left me here, so I'm at this point, I'm grabbing all my stuff, my baby on the bed crying. I'm trying to get her ready, I'm about to go. I don't care. Back then, Ubers wasn't a thing. I'm about to call a taxi and get to your mama house and then get me a flight to get on back to the house. Cause I'm over it. So I'm over there, going off. So all of a sudden, he was like, no, you're not taking our child. Oh, yes, I am. So I'm acting a fool at this point. So then the family member that was in there said, hey, you take the child and walk out, of the room, because she don't need to see her mama like this. It's just she crying, your mama crying, go calm her down. So he takes the baby. But at this point, I'm not even mad because I'm still trying to pack up. You know what I'm saying? I can't do both. So I'm letting him take the child right there. But I know he ain't gonna, that's his child. He ain't gonna do nothing. So I'm getting everything together and I'm crying. So then at this point, the person in there with me trying to calm me down, and I done got mad. I said, listen, you need to get out my face. Because you're trying to justify the action. Even though in the household, they don't really speak English like that. They speak Spanish, but I can understand Spanish, and that one family member can understand what I'm saying. We just not fluent in it. I took Spanish in high school and in college, as well as, my dad was in the military, so I was a military brat, and we were stationed in Panama for 4 years. So I know how to get by. Food, water, home, tired, bathroom, I can get by. You okay? Yes, no, I can get by. So I'm like, listen, you need to go because you're making excuses. And that person saying, well, he went to the war and came back, and he's just happy to be around his people. I mean, you're giving me excuses, and it's pissing me off at this point. I'm ready to lay hands. Please get away from me. So that person left, and I'm almost ready to go. I'm trying to get my bag, put it on my shoulder, y'all, and all of a sudden, the door opens again, and y'all not gonna believe who was at the door. Last part 4. Stay tuned. Part 4 on how I almost got rooted. So I had told the other family member, yeah, get out of here because I'm on a 10, and at this point I'm liable to say and do anything. I'm trying to be respectful. Get out my face. I'm about to go. My idea was to get my stuff, get my child out the living room with their father, go sit on the porch and wait for the taxi to come get me so I can get to the mama house, get the rest of my stuff, and get on the flight. That was my goal, right? So I'm over here like ready to go. I got both my bags on. The other family member left, and all of a sudden, as I'm looking down, I look back up, and there's 2 people at the door. This is the first time I've seen these people today, right? So I'm looking, I'm like, okay, excuse me, whatever. And I know one of the people at the door, but the other one I ain't never seen before. I'm like, who is this person? I ain't even know. I didn't stay in the house. I ain't know who this person is. I ain't hear the doorbell and nobody open the door. It's a small house. You would be able to hear it. No. All of a sudden, these people rush in the room, basically push me on the bed. And one person was trying to hold me down. Now, at this time, I just had my child. I'm probably a good 180. And these people are probably like 120, 100 pounds. I was caught off guard because I also had bags on me trying to walk. And they knocked me to the bed. Now, all of a sudden, I just went into fight or flight. I started slinging, hitting. I don't know what's going on. I'm thinking, are they trying to fight me? Okay, I'm thinking they're trying to fight me. No, they're trying to hold me down. So one lady, I didn't want to tell gender, but anyways, one lady decided to hold me down. And the other lady, I looked, she had my mouth like this, and it was something in a blue container. And y'all, when she did this, I just did this. I just hit it just like that. I just, you gonna get, and not, whatever it was, it went everywhere, right? I don't know what it was. To this day, I got an inkling on what it is, but it was blue. I don't know if it was the blue container or the blue liquor. I don't know. I was just enraged. I just know that you was trying to put it down my mouth without my consent or anything. So at this point, I'm slanging and I'm screaming and cursing and going crazy. Like, I'm going crazy, y'all. And at this point, I done knocked one on the floor, the other one flipped on. I grabbed my child and then I started heading out the door. And then their dad was like, wait, you know, come back. No, I'll take you. You know, because at this point, I'm done. Like, I'm just like, what was going on? You know, so I'm in the car with my significant other. I'm like, they tried to do something to me. They tried to put something down my mouth. And he was like, no, I don't believe that. No, yes, they was. So then he was like, wait a minute. So I think he, you know, called the family member and said, hey, what was they trying to do? Da, 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 da. Oh, they was trying to give her a Valium to calm her down. First of all, at this point, I was already calm. Only thing I said, I wasn't even talking to nobody. I was done with the whole entire house at this point, right? I'm not talking to him. I told the other person, get out my house. I mean, let me get out my way, get out the room. I just left alone, whatever. So I'm in there like, no, something was wrong. Like, I don't know who is that other person. Oh, that's the home girl. I don't know who these people are. Get me out of here. So at the end of the day, I went and told, you know, my mother-in-law. She was like, I was trying to tell you, you know, they practice that, you know, I'm not going to offend nobody, but it's an African religion and you got to be careful. That's why I felt like you shouldn't eat today. You know what I'm saying? So I end up, to sum it all up, I end up getting my stuff, calling a family member of mine that lived 45 minutes away, and I stayed there the rest of the duration of the trip. Got back on, get in the car when it's time to leave. I didn't talk to him, nothing. I was done. We rolled back, and we tried it, and we eventually worked it out. But yeah, so y'all, if you feel like something ain't right, and if somebody tell you don't eat over there, don't eat over there, because you just never know. I don't know what would have happened to me if it would have been successful. I just thank God that it wasn't given to me when I was asleep or in my food. But y'all be blessed. We don't fight nothing flesh by flesh. It's all spiritual. Have a good one.